I don't hate Iron Man. I just hate how I can't buy into the character. I can't buy into the. Literally, he hits supersonic in that suit. His colon had fly out his asshole. You can't. There's just no fucking way, man. He would dissipate. What? 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 You're getting what? You're getting what? You're getting the Laura Lee experience on my television. Lori Lee, CEO of AT&T. What the fuck is this all about? She looks like. I mean, AT&T is a sponsor for the game, but you want me to repeat what she's saying? I will mushroom. I will let you mushroom stamp me in the face. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kicking It Onside. Alongside me, I have Rayshawn, Tim, and Bobbit. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm feeling like shit.
Feel like shit, but I don't have no sickness. All
Doing
good.
a hell of a lot, doing a hell of a lot better than I was last Monday. I can tell you that much.
Mm,
I last night went was on Derailed. If you haven't gone to check out episode 200, it's actually pretty fun. It's good hanging out with some people that I haven't hung out with in a while and talked to. So seen some people that I haven't talked to, or talked to some people I haven't talked to in 4 years. It was pretty fun. And I want to thank Drew personally for having me on, and Heather as well. And it was fun. I had fun. Hopefully, you'll see
well,
me over there again at some point. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. So that being said, let's get into it. Week 18 is quite a conundrum and a it was a really weird week, and it's a culmination of what I've been saying. Football is a weird sport at times, especially in the NFL, because you never know what's going to happen. And there were some scenarios that were highly unlikely to happen and damn near happened
hmm
in yesterday's game. I hope everybody can hear me just fine. Let me know. I know Trek can because I didn't shut off my microphone. So let's get into it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna kind of try to do this not real quick because I kind of have to drag some stuff along because Heather isn't gonna be here right away because she's doing something for work. So we'll go through the scores and such of Week 18. Not too much. Not too much in the way of news. The the Antonio Brown stuff kind of slowed down for me a little bit. I talked about it. We talked about it on Saturday night over on our channel over on the Horny Goat. We talked about that on our new show called No Bucks Given. We talked about the college thing and we talked about the Antonio Brown situation a little bit. And y'all know how passionate I am about football. And when I hear college athletes saying I'm not going to play football because I don't think this game is important. Like I said, and I reiterated it. If you and I agree with Kirk Herbstreit wholeheartedly on what he said. Now, Bob, you were not here last week. What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
Oh, with Antonio Brown.
No, I don't give a fuck about Antonio Brown anymore. I'm talking about the college athletes sitting out bowl games because
Oh,
it's not important. It's not an important game or whatever.
the Rose Bowl, right?
Just a bowl in general.
I got to hear your opinions on it, and I agree with you 100%. It's really shitty, that this college helped you get to where you are, and this is how you're going to repay them. You're just going to just sit out the biggest game of that school and just say fuck it. I'm just going to go to the NFL.
I never thought about it like that. That's actually a pretty good point. Pretty good argument point. That school gave you that opportunity to put yourself out there, and you're going to repay them by not. Actually, that's pretty good, Bob. I actually agree with that. To be honest with
Thank you.
you. So, yeah. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on that because you're the college corner guy, and we talked about it last week. And yes, we talked about the
Yeah.
Antonio Brown situation. What are your thoughts on that? Yep, my thoughts exactly.
I to be 100% honest with you,
Yep.
I I think he fucked up his NFL career for good this time.
Well, did you
This
hear?
makes the fourth team that he's done this with, and
So, if you
go ahead.
don't know, the USFL is starting up again, and the Tampa Bay Bandits are looking at Antonio Brown to join their team. Per Gina brought that up Saturday night, and I'm like,
I th-
I know why
I
I know why they're doing that. just
Name
because they're looking for not a marketing scheme, but they're looking at what's the word I'm looking for?
Star Power?
See, do you really think Antonio Brown has star power? I think they're trying to get eyes on the product to see what
Name
Antonio
recognition.
Brown's gonna do next.
Name and brand recognition.
I suppose. I mean, that's one thing, but I just think they're doing it to see if they can get the eyes on their.
Yeah, no, like, oh, Antonio Brown is on this team.
What's he
I
gonna
want to
do?
see if it's gonna flame out. Is what you're saying?
No, I'm gonna
So
see
controversial.
whether or not he does the antics that he fucking did in Tampa Bay. I
Oh,
think
that.
that's
Well,
why they're doing it.
I'm gonna say this now. If they do go through with this, I better not hear them complaining when he's yeeting down the interstate, going "fuck you."
That could be. That could be. So yeah.
Releasing rap albums.
Exactly.
The guy's a
Releasing
clown.
rap.
The guy's a clown. Y'all know how I feel. There is a
Controversy
reason.
is
There is a
money.
reason why he was an undrafted player coming out of college. His character was in question. So, yeah. So that being said, let's get into the scores. Saturday night's games. The Chiefs beat the Broncos 28-24. Again, I keep saying this. How good are the Chiefs? Because they played their starters all the way through this game because they're playing for something. Yes.
Yeah, they had a chance
Mhm.
at the first round bye, so they were playing it to win.
And the Broncos. I mean, the Broncos didn't.
The
They aren't
Broncos play
making the
well.
playoffs. They're a lot like. And I'm not going to say this now. They're a lot like the Lions. They don't quit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Drew Lock is not the answer in Denver.
No, he is not. I agree.
But I think if Teddy Bridgewater was there, I think they would have had a little bit of a better chance.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't particularly watch the whole game because I can't remember what we were doing. Oh, we went to my dad's. We were
I
up at
saw
my
a little bit
dad's.
of highlights. It looked like it was a fun game. The
Yeah.
Broncos looked like they came out to play. I think they did a pretty good job,
Mm-hmm.
even
Yeah.
though they look strong in defeat. That's all I could say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's
They have a good defense.
there's promise there. There's promise there
Yeah.
in Denver. They just got to they need a quarterback that can lead them to victory.
Yeah.
Like a John Elway type guy who can lead on the field. And no, Aaron Rodgers is not going to fucking Denver.
No,
You
that
can
Imagine.
just because why would Green Bay trade a guy and what are they going to get in return? You see what I'm saying? It's wasted.
I thought he was a free agent this year. After
No,
this
he's
year.
one more year.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay.
I will say this right now, and this is my bold prediction. If Green Bay makes the Super Bowl and wins it, he will retire.
That would be a nice way to retire. Oh, speaking of retire, oh my God. Jay Ajayi retired.
It's okay. I don't
Everybody
even.
just got quiet.
I had to think about who that guy was. He was a good running back, and
Yes,
then
he
he
was.
got forgotten.
He
He got
just
forgotten.
went.
I was hoping for him to come back or whatever, but yes, he's retired
Well, it's a damn
as a
shame
Negro.
because he
It
was a
is.
decent running back.
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
I was gonna say at least he retired with a ring.
Mm-hmm.
You got a point. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, the next game, and I know Rayshawn, 51-26. Philadelphia loses Dallas. Philadelphia didn't have half their defensive starters.
No, they did not.
And I
But
think they
they
were
did.
resting them because, yes, they could have gone up one position, but either way, they're going to be on the road.
Mhm.
I would rather have a healthy team versus I don't personally like it when they do that. But okay, so for Green Bay, I understand why they played their starters, and I am for them, and I'll explain that in a minute. because there are people out there that saying, "Oh my God, people are going to get hurt. While you're going to play your guys, they might get hurt." Shut the fuck up. 2010, 2011. Just remember, or was it 2011, 2012, whatever. Remember that year? They went 15-1. They sat everybody, even though they beat the Detroit Lions with a bunch of backups in there. And the Lions were a playoff team that year, right? Matt Flynn threw for like 500 yards. He holds the record for single season or single game record for most touchdown passes and most yards in a game.
Mm.
And they didn't play their starters, and they took that week off. Then they had to bye the next game, and then they got run right out of the fucking goddamn Lambeau Field by the New York Giants the very next week. I mean, they got their ass kicked. This is why I don't like it when they sit their players. Now they're sitting for 2 fucking weeks. I understand 1 week, not 2. But I'll get into that. The Eagles were only going to improve on position, but they're going to be on the road anyway. Either way, they were going to be on the road, so I didn't see them trying to. I mean, if they would have won, they would have won. Because, I mean, they started out playing okay, and then the wheels fell off because, I mean, Dallas has pretty good offense.
Mm-hmm.
They scored 26 points.
Because
they did score 26 points against one of the better defenses. And I'm throwing up air quotes here because I think Dallas is overrated on defense. They're hidden by their offense, if that makes sense.
Their offense makes their opponents one-dimensional, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, I get what you mean by that.
So I'm not reading too much into what Dallas poses. In fact, I don't think anybody poses a threat to Green Bay. Green Bay poses a threat to Green Bay. And I'll get into that. No, do you understand what I mean by that, Rayshawn, or no?
yeah, I understand that Green Bay could only defeat Green Bay, but one team that you did not mention that could defeat Green Bay.
You just need to
But
stop.
we could go for it.
Well,
I don't have to mention
we'll
that team.
get to that. We'll get to that when the time comes when we do our picks. All right, relax. Washington beat the Giants 22-7. The Browns beat the Bengals 21-16. Joe Burrow didn't play, I guess, but he's got a bum ankle, from what I heard.
Yeah, they didn't play many of their starters. Jamar Chase didn't play either. Oh no, he played part of the game, but he didn't play the entire game.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch it, so the Steelers. Go ahead.
They got the rookie record, and then he sat, I think.
The Steelers beat the Ravens 16-13. Typical AFC North game.
Yeah, rock fight.
Yeah. And this game I want to talk about. Everybody's like, Packers lose to the Lions 37-30. Now, why are people getting excited about that? Green Bay didn't. Green Bay, their starters. If Green Bay would have left their starters in on offense, I don't think Detroit would have won. Because I'm going to explain something to you right now. I was disappointed more in the defense, and little did I know that they didn't play four starters. They didn't play, they were playing pretty much, and I don't like that. Matt LaFleur did come out and call his defense out. Undisciplined. It took trick plays to beat Green Bay with Detroit. 3 trick plays. Take those 3 trick plays away, and I don't think Green Bay's losing. I will say this about Detroit. They don't quit. I will give Dan Campbell credit. This was their Super Bowl, and he did come out, and he's not – see, this is the thing. Dan Campbell, everybody sits here and it's like, remember when Miami sold the farm and just got rid of everybody just to get their guy or whatever? And then they ended up winning more games after they got rid of the cancers in the locker room and shit. They started looking better. you know? And they ended up with the sixth pick. I mean, they went, what, 5-11 or 6-10 or whatever, and ended up with the fifth pick.
Yeah.
Sixth pick in a draft, took Tua. That guy's not very good. Everybody say, oh, he's the GOAT. How many completions did he have of 15 yards or more, or 20 yards or more? Come on. The guy, they throw short. They don't throw deep at all. At all. And they have Jalen Waddle, who is a vertical threat. Why don't they throw it deep? They're afraid to? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
The Colts
Yeah.
don't need to say anymore.
Yep.
The Vikings beat the Bears 31-17. Jaguars lost to the Colts 26-11. Tennessee.
Thank you, Wentz, for that extra pick. Sorry, I just had to thank Carson Wentz for that.
I don't think it was Carson Wentz was a problem.
No, I mean
they just got outplayed.
They thought they could just go in and show up and beat the Jaguars.
Yep, better spot it. Yep. The Titans held on to beat the Texans. They're the number 1 seed in the AFC. The Saints beat the Falcons 30-20. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals 38-30. The Bills beat the Jets 27-10. The Buccaneers struggled against Carolina. I thought for sure Carolina was just the way Tampa Bay was playing, but then the old Carolina shit reared its ugly head.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch all of the game because I can't remember what I was watching. I think I was watching something else. I can't remember. Bobbit, how did Sam Darnold play in that game? Because he looked like he was doing all right.
Yeah, he looked like he did before he went out with injury. It's promising.
So there is something that was posed. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, well, actually, it was during the game because I did catch this, and they asked the question, "What do you think Carolina should do?" And everybody says exactly what I say: give him another year. Because the draft class for the quarterbacks this year is not very good.
No, it isn't.
The only thing I'd say to do in this year's draft is build up the offensive line to where they're a little more stout. But other than that, once they get that down packed, I think Carolina will actually do good next year.
Well, and two, you'll get
the offensive line right now is kind of bleh.
What hurt Carolina this year is injuries. Because they would have been competitive.
And a massive ego got in the fucking way, but you know.
Well, I don't think Cam Newton was a problem. It was injuries.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a problem. He's just, he didn't help things.
Injuries didn't help more than him not helping. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And then the Dolphins.
Go
ahead.
Never comes back.
Say it again.
I'll say this. I hope he never comes back.
Yeah, well. The Dolphins beat the Patriots 33-24. Therefore, the Bills are the AFC East champions.
They were once they beat the Jets, they were anywhere. So.
Yeah. Yep. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh no, I do. Only one I had one issue with one call in the entire game, and that was the Dolphins ran a fake punt, and the punter safety slid, and the Patriots guy went over his head, never touched him, and they still threw a flag for unnecessary roughness when he never touched him.
Right.
He picked that flag up.
This week I didn't see a lot of flags at all. I mean, there were some, but there wasn't any blatant fucking.
No, that was the only flag the entire game I had an issue with. And that one led to 3 points which actually wound up being the difference in the game. I don't count the last touchdown by the Dolphins against the Patriots because that was when they were doing those laterals.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 49ers beat the Rams.
They're going to the playoffs.
Yep. They're in the playoffs.
They're the only team that scares me against Green Bay. Why? They can run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to throw it. The only team that scares me in the NFC, really. And no, the Buccaneers don't fucking scare me. Not this year.
No, not this year.
Not if they don't have. Not if they have to rely on fucking. I'm against the Gronkowski, and then fucking. The only one that really worries me with Tampa Bay is Mike Evans, but you can cover that up by coverages.
Yeah.
And then the game where and it was a joke on one of the games that I was watching, and it might have been the Packers and the Lions. They said all the Lions and all really the Chargers and the Raiders had to do was take a knee all game long and just keep taking knees. And if it would have ended up in a tie, both teams would have made the playoffs either way.
I actually made that comment in the
Yeah, but they were actually but they were talking about it on the games too. They're like,
they were talking about. I didn't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
talking about it. It's like all they got to do is take two knees. If each team takes a knee, just keeps taking a knee.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams would have made the playoffs. It would have ended in a tie. The Raiders end up winning in overtime. It almost came true. It was an unlikely scenario. It was one of the more unlikely scenarios this weekend. If the Chargers and the Raiders tied, they're going to the playoff, both teams. And it would have knocked the Steelers out of the playoffs.
Yep.
Since the Raiders won, well, they just needed one or the other to win, right?
Steelers needed either team to win just for it to not end in a tie.
Okay.
Because both teams would have had a better record than the Steelers with their one tie to the Lions.
Okay. So if you didn't know and you're not watching it, the national championship game between Georgia and Alabama is right now on ESPN. So if you want to check that out, that is on ESPN. That is in the first quarter, I think, still. Yes, 38 seconds left to go, and it is 3-0 Alabama, but Georgia just had a huge play. They're now on the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. So that being said, that's pretty much that Week 18. There was 3 or 4 overtimes. Was there 3 overtimes or 4 overtimes?
At least 2 that I remember. The Chargers game was an overtime. Steelers game was overtime. I can't remember if there was a third. There might have been.
49ers was the overtime.
Yep, 49ers and there you go. 49ers and the Rams was overtime.
Okay, that was.
So there's that. We'll get into the picks next week. We'll talk about the playoffs here in a little bit. So the 2 teams with the top seed. In fact, I'll talk about that right now. Give me.
But you just said picks for next week. I thought this was the last show.
We're still gonna pick. It's just nobody gets any points.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. Okay. What the hell? What are you doing, Wendy? All right. So the number 1 seed in the AFC is the Tennessee Titans. Number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 3 is the Buffalo Bills. Number 4 is Cincinnati. Number 5 is Las Vegas. Number 6 is New England. And number 7 is Pittsburgh. That's in the AFC. In the NFC, Green Bay didn't even have to play their starters. And I'll get into that. I want to talk about everybody whining and crying about, playing your starters and getting hurt. Packers won the number 1 seed previous week. They didn't have to play their starters this week, which is why I took some stock into what happened in Detroit, but I didn't take a lot because once they pulled their starters, Green Bay still damn near won that game because they actually took the lead in the fourth quarter. They didn't have their starters out there, so they weren't able to. They were playing scrubs at that time. And they damn near with scrubs. And Jordan Love, yes, he made a couple of mistakes, and he still had a chance to win the game because the Packers got the ball back. However, I'll talk about him real quick here in a minute too. And we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. But that's what I want to talk about because I follow Green Bay very closely, really. So, Green Bay is the number 1 seed. They will play the highest remaining seed. The highest remaining seed will host the second lowest seed left. So Green Bay will play the lowest seed. Number 2, Tampa Bay. Number 3, Dallas. Number 4, the Rams. Number 5, Arizona. Number 6, San Francisco. And number 7, the Philadelphia Eagles. So there's your
playoff picture.
So what I want to talk about is these people complaining that Green Bay played their starters. Wendy, come on now. Green Bay played their starters and they still lost. But keep in mind, they only played, I think, the first half. That was it. 2010, 2011, Green Bay had a 15-1 record. They didn't play their starters in week 17, and they had a bye. So and they rested almost all of their starters. Like Aaron Rodgers didn't play, Jordy Nelson didn't play, Randall Cobb didn't play, Devontae Adams didn't play. Like nobody played on offense. Like their offensive line, it was all backups. They still ended up winning because Detroit, for some reason, was terrible, even though they made the playoffs. Excuse me. Green Bay had a bye. They get that bye. They come in. They play the Giants, who were the 6th seed. They were 8-8 team, if I remember correctly. And they end up beating Green Bay 37-20. The Giants went on to beat the Patriots again in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Again in the Super Bowl. The old run, like they had Tom Brady on their show, the Monday night with Eli and Peyton, and he goes, said something, and Eli said the 2 times that I played against you, I didn't have any problems. I had fun, I should say, because he beat him twice in the Super Bowl. It was funny. And I will give Eli and Peyton Manning credit. Eli Manning looks like he has dead face. But he is one funny motherfucker. He has that commercial, the Red Hot commercial.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. I'll give that family credit. They are very entertaining. And they put it out on display for everybody to, But so Green Bay, that's why the Green Bay, they wanted to stay fluid, and their offense looked pretty good. Mason Crosby missed another extra point. I really don't fucking care. Green Bay's heart wasn't in that game, and they weren't going to get anybody hurt. I can tell you right now, if Detroit was going out to hurt people because whatever, I'm pretty sure Matt LaFleur would have said, "All right, time to go. We got to go. We don't need to be getting hurt." But they got David Bakhtiari back. They got their starting center back. That offensive line is looking really good, and that was the work that I wanted to see, is to make sure that they look good. Now, the thing is when David Bakhtiari came off the field, and I think he played a couple of series, and that was it. They brought him off the field, and he went into the medical tent, and he came out with a smile on his face. The running joke was, and I seen it on Twitter, is that he had to take a pee. So I think Green Bay's healthy going into this game. They didn't play Devondre Campbell, who had a pretty good year. A lot of people argued that he deserved a Pro Bowl slot. I kind of disagree with that because there are some better inside linebackers out there than him that deserve it more. Now, Devondre Campbell has made a huge difference with Green Bay. They've looked so much better on defense. And I think him not being there is part of the reason why Green Bay didn't look very good Sunday on defense. But that being said, I think Green Bay will be just fine. Yeah.
I don't think they'll be fine.
No,
So
that's because you think everyone. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. It's not super cringe, man. You have to pay attention to it. They're playing on the fact that he's a dumb face looking guy. I love the fucking Manning brothers are fucking hilarious. Rayshawn, what about you? Anything that you want to talk about?
Nah, I think. Oh, I kind of already said it with Jay, which I was not surprised about, but surprised at the same time.
Now, Jay Ajayi, you're saying Jay Ajayi, right? He was a running
Yeah.
back. He had a pretty good year. He was traded from Miami to Philadelphia, and he ended up winning a Super Bowl in Philadelphia that year. I think that was that year that he got traded.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically it. I mean, the future is looking bright for the Eagles. I know I started the season off hating them, but we in the playoffs and we are going to the Super Bowl,
Okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
that's just it.
Mm-hmm. Tim?
I done nothing.
Really?
Really?
Come on, man. Nothing you want to talk about?
Uh-huh.
No, not really. I got nothing.
That's really random from Tim to not have anything.
No, I didn't have, as I said, I didn't have big problems with the officiating. It was just that one call I had an issue with because that's one that's easy. We've seen it time and again where the referees will get a call from the booth telling you, pick up the damn flag.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't hit him. There was no contact whatsoever. And truth be told, if you do the math out, it actually did decide the game that way because Miami wound up getting a field goal out of that drive. The realistic difference in the game was 3 points, not final score is 33-24, but 6 of those points were scored on when Patriots were trying to do the reverse laterals.
Mm.
And so you take away that 6, it's 27-24. That being said, why the fuck didn't Bill Belichick go for it on 4th and 1 at the end of the first half? I don't know. He should have. That's a big second guess. But
I don't know.
I have no idea why he didn't go for it. He should have. I will say that.
Right.
And that's one of the big things being talked about around here also, is why he didn't go for it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, sometimes I question his senility. Not all the time, just sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Bobbit, What about you? Anything? You better not have fallen asleep again, motherfucker. Stop it!
What's up, GP?
Got anything you want to talk about?
I know I didn't fall asleep. I was trying to unmute. No, not really. It's, well, DJ Skinny Penis called me pissed off after the Charger game. So I won't be hearing from him for a while.
That happens.
Everyone
now,
won't talk to me.
Apparently he's going to go record a rap album with Antonio Brown.
Well, probably should.
It's going to be the worst thing that happened to rap music since Cardi B.
I know DJ Skinny Penis can't rap.
You ain't wrong.
Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right. So there is some news out there.
Coaches also.
Brian Flores of the Miami Dolphins was fired. I'm not really shocked by it. I don't think he's that great of a coach. I think he's okay, but I don't think he's great by any means.
He had a decent year, and they were out prior to this week. They still had an outside chance at the playoffs, so that's the only reason why it surprises me.
They just doubled their wins from
Do
last year.
you want to know the honest reason? Do you want to know the honest reason why he got fired, though? They were supposed to be that team that took that next step.
Yeah. No, I get it.
That's why he got fired. The Bears fired their GM, Ryan Pace. They also fired Matt Nagy.
Which we all expected.
Right, they should have fired him last year.
Yeah.
The Vikings, Gina, you'll love this. The Vikings fired Mike Zimmer.
And their owner.
They can't fire their owner, you dumbass.
The GM, sorry.
The GM. They fired Rick Spielman as well.
God, I'm sorry.
And the owner.
No, I seen those moves coming a long time ago, so I'm not really. What's the matter? Oh my God, what's your fucking? I got a dumbass for a kid. All right.
Let me ask you a question. When it comes down to football coaches, are they like under contract for like one season and based on how they play?
No. So usually an offensive or a head coach is 4 to 5 years. They give them, especially if like Urban Meyer had a 5-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
Your offensive coordinators, your defensive coordinators, your special teams coordinators, all your other coaches are usually 1-year deals.
There are exceptions to this rule, obviously.
Well, you can sign an offensive coordinator there's no particular rule that says you have to sign a head coach for only 4 to 5 years. You can sign a head coach for 30 years if you want.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Normally, it's 1 year for coordinators and assistant coaches.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just because, you can hire a coordinator for 30 years if you want.
Yeah. But like up in New England, for instance, McDaniels is signed for like 4 or 5 years. I don't know what exactly. But
well, McDaniels is going to be the next head coach in New England.
That's what I'm thinking too. I think Belichick's looking to break Shula's record and then leave.
I think he might be done.
Might be, but he really wants to break Don Shula's win.
I really want him to fucking retire. Here's why. He's no fun. He doesn't give you any good sound bites.
Oh, never have.
His best sound bites are, well, we're going to move on to the next game.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Or Bobbitt's microphone farting all the time.
Well, I do want to say this. I know Carolina's looking for a new offensive coordinator.
Mhm.
Kinda hoping we go the Eric Bieniemy route.
Why would Eric Bieniemy go from an offensive coordinator job at Kansas City to an offensive coordinator job in Carolina?
I don't know. I'm just speaking it to existence.
They're not gonna. Eric Bieniemy's not. Listen,
No.
listen. Eric Bieniemy's not gonna go from a winner to a loser. I hate to say that,
Hey,
but Eric Bieniemy's gonna go for a head coaching job. If
That's
Matt
what it's
Rule
for.
if Matt Rule gets fired, then I would say, sure, go ahead, try and hire Eric Bieniemy. Why not? I would.
There was a report that came out that we could be possibly interviewing John Gruden as the offensive coordinator.
It's an offensive genius. He is.
And of course, you got these idiots on Twitter going, "Oh, if he's hired, I'm gonna stop watching." I'm like, good, go ahead.
Who cares?
Well, that's what
Well, okay, so here's my thing. What impact does that have on you? That John Gruden is an offensive coordinator or a head coach for a football team. What impact does that have on your fucking life? That you have to be all up in arms and gonna quit watching a fucking sport that he isn't playing in. He's only coaching it. I'm not yelling you, but this is the mindset of the fucking dumb people in the fucking world today.
Mm-hmm.
They have no concept. If John Gruden's out there, fuck it. I'll take the heat. I'll bring that motherfucker to Green Bay in a fucking heartbeat. I'll fire Matt LaFleur and bring him in. Why? The guy is very good at what he does. If it wins me 4 Super Bowls in a row, he can say whatever the fuck he wants. I'm sorry. I don't care. Because in the end, it's about world championships. It's about world championships. It's not about the character of the person in my book. Sorry. It's a money maker. I'm there to make money. I'm not there to fucking appease the fucking goddamn the liberals and the fucking SJWs. Fuck them. I don't care.
Well, I hope we do get John Gruden because I agree with you. The dude knows his shit, and just because some shit came about him, I don't give a fuck about that.
Right. Had nothing to do with you. As long as he could bring our team championship, that's all that matters.
Right.
You get the wins, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
If he could get if he could get Carolina a Super Bowl, I will kiss that dude's ass, literally.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think that's pretty much it, right? Well, we went through all the games. Now we're just talking. Is there anything you want to talk about? No? You good? You want to talk about Bobbitt's microphone farting all the time?
Oh, I did see Washington football team is announcing their new name on February 2nd.
February 2nd, They will be announcing their new football team. Everybody's like, if it's just the W logo, then why did they change their name? You dumb shit. You think they're really gonna fucking not give a logo? You gotta be the dumbest ass in the face of the fucking earth. And if they do, who fucking cares? I think being called the Washington football team is the dumbest fucking name on the face of the book. It's just stupid. What is this fucking... I like soccer. We're not lawn fairies here, people. Okay? Just saying. All right. Well, that being said, we can get to the picks. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
All right. Saturday, the Raiders at the Bengals. The 5 seed versus the 4 seed. This game is at 3:30 on Saturday. Who you got, Rayshawn?
I'm going with the Bengals. The Bengals been more consistent than the Raiders did in the normal season, so I'll go with them.
Agreed. Tim?
I'm gonna go Bengals.
Boobit?
I'm going Bengals. I'm really loving the way that Joe Burrow's playing right now.
Okay. Heather? But keep in mind, we're not keep. You guys can go ahead and pick. We'll do it for funsies, and we'll add it to your score. But the scores are already final, so we're not adding these to your record. But go ahead and pick.
Demon Child.
Wendy's being an ass.
Demon Child.
Yes. Next game, Patriots at the Bills, and this one's at 7:15 in Buffalo.
On with Buffalo.
Going with Buffalo. Heather, who you got? I got the Bills too. It's gonna be close, but I think the Bills will win. Tim?
I'm gonna go New England, and the reason why is
You homer.
On the weather. And because I'm a New England fan, but that's the side point.
You're gonna go with the weather.
The weather is 1 to 3 inches of snow, and it's.
Don't that give the Bill a chance? A better chance?
No, that's the forecast is 1 to 3 inches of snow.
The Bengals and the Raiders at the Bengals, Cody. I mean, okay. I think that one game. I don't think New England's gonna do that again. I don't see they're gonna have to throw the ball. And I don't see New England beating
able to throw enough. Yeah, I get why you're saying it too. Yes.
I mean, I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm just telling you why I think you're wrong.
Yeah, and I understand why you think that too. But I'm just going with what I think.
You pick what you want. You're wrong, but go ahead. Robert, who you got?
It's gonna be a tough game. I'm gonna say Buffalo.
And Buffalo is favored by 4.5. I think the Bengals are favored by 6.5. I think something like that.
They opened it at 6.5. Which basically, if they're opening at 6 or anything less, they're expected to be a one-score game.
Yeah. Sunday's game at noon. The Philadelphia Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rayshawn?
Oh, man, I feel bad for Buccaneers. I'm going with the Eagles.
I am too. I think the Eagles can beat the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are very vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be surprised if Tampa Bay wins, but the Eagles have been playing. The Eagles have been playing some good football.
I agree. I won't be surprised if Buccaneers win. And like you said, I strongly believe that the Eagles can beat the Buccaneers. I'm going with that.
Okay. Tim?
I'm going to go with the Eagles. They have a running game, which is what you need to beat the Buccaneers.
I mean, I watched Carolina yesterday, and they were able to run the ball.
Yeah, exactly. If you have a running game, you have a chance against those high-flying offenses.
Yep.
You know, Jalen can run, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're able to run the ball, and they have. Didn't they have one of the better run game? Didn't they have the highest run offense
yards?
this year? Rushing off? Didn't they have the best rushing offense this year?
I believe so. And I think Devontae Adams just beat a record too.
Well, he beat a Packer record. He didn't.
Yeah, he beat a Packer record.
Oh, okay. I was confused with which record it was.
Nah, he just beat a single season. he holds a single season record for touchdowns, receptions, and yards now. That's it.
Good for him.
But he didn't get it all one this year. I think he had a touchdown record a couple of years ago, and then or last year, and then this year he got the receiving and the. But yeah, Bobbitt.
For the love of God, I hope it's the Bucks.
What's your deal with the Eagles, bro?
Fuck the Eagles.
Oh man. Oh yeah, that's right. You mad because we beat you. I get it.
No, I just never liked the Eagles at all.
That's it's just, I don't think Bobbitt's ever picked the Eagles in our picks.
No.
No.
Start picking with your mind and not your heart. Now, like I said, I'm not too. My confidence pick with the Eagles is low, but I think they have a chance to do it, and I think they can. That's my upset of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tim, who do you got?
The Eagles.
Oh, that's right. The next game, 49ers at the Cowboys. Tim?
This should be good.
Niners, I said it. Teams that can run the ball always have a chance, especially in the playoffs.
I am with Tim on this one. Another upset. 49ers beat the Cowboys. Dallas doesn't have a very good run defense.
That too.
I'm going with y'all. Going with the 49ers.
Bobbitt, who you got?
I'm honestly going 49ers.
Yeah, I was thinking about Ezekiel Elliott.
I know, I was too.
So Heather went with the Cowboys, but
Mm-hmm.
she might change it later. Steelers at the Chiefs. 12.5-point favorites are the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm going with the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Or Chiefs,
Really?
I mean. I'm going with Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Oh.
I was about to
I was like, what the hell?
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Tim?
Kansas City. Steelers Cinderella story ends.
Heather?
Yeah, Kelsey's a Ravens fan now.
And that'll be Ben Roethlisberger's last game as a Steeler. So,
yeah.
Bobbitt, who you got?
On someone else.
I'm going Kansas City. There's no way the Steelers are winning this.
Okay.
Wait, why are y'all saying that?
Why are we all saying what?
That the Steelers is not going to defeat the Chiefs.
Dude.
Ben Roethlisberger wasn't.
Have you seen the Chiefs?
The Chiefs have kind of gotten better on defense.
And the Chiefs have one of the few offenses
that can
score at will from anywhere on the field.
Well, I think Green Bay is one of those teams too, but
that's playing this weekend. I'll put that.
That was gonna. Well, yes, but
all right. I mean,
go ahead.
I'll go with the Chiefs.
It doesn't matter anymore. Yes. You pick it. Hold on, guys.
I mean, right, Sean, in your heart.
Sorry?
Hard.
The last game.
If you want to.
The last game is the Cardinals at the Rams. I'm going with the Cardinals.
It's a 4-5 match.
I'm going with the Rams.
I know. This could go either way.
Yeah, that's a pick me.
Yeah, I'm going Rams too.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals. They've been playing a little better lately than the Rams have been.
And that game is at 7:15 on Monday. The 49ers and Cowboys is at 3:30. It's Central Time. Every time is Central Time.
Took me a minute to...
Oh, okay.
49ers play the Cowboys at 3:30, and the Steelers and Chiefs play at 7:15. So if it's on the East Coast, it's an hour. So it'd be 8:15 or 4:30 or noon
1 o'clock.
or 1 o'clock.
Yep.
So with that being said, I think we're done making picks.
Mm-hmm.
We will do this again next week. Keep in mind, we're not going to keep track of all of these. Well, Heather will, but it's not going to count against your record. We're going to reveal the winner tonight, correct? We're also going to reveal the winner for our pickers, which I had to... I'm sorry. It's okay. I just flipped the page.
Weird. I'm not blocking your daughter.
So that being said, I'm going to get up and I'm going to let Heather take over because this is her thing. She worked very hard on this, so I give this to her as a segment because she deserves it. And I talk more than I should. So I'm going to bid everybody adieu. I will see you later on tonight over on the Horny Goat, where we will be doing a review of Marvel Studios' Iron Man, the 2008 movie with Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow and Jeff Bridges. So everybody have a good night, and you'll find out about the colon then trek. So have a good night, everybody.
Oh, God. All right. See, well, he napped today. Yeah. Well, he napped today in his chair, all comfy cozy. I done went through from week 1 all the way up to week 18, re-added all the numbers to be absolutely sure of all the scores, and we indefinitely have our winner. Now, since Tim, you were unofficially added to the panel midpoint of the season, I decided to let you stay as part of the chat for this year.
Okay.
So next year, if you join us again, and you want to stay on the panel as our in-house referee, you will not qualify for the prize.
Yeah. Doesn't affect me either way.
Well, you'd be surprised.
No, I'm saying it doesn't affect me either way.
Right. Quiet, baby. Give it back to Daddy. It's his. Before we get into that, though, I want to know for sure out of the chat who is going to be picking with us again next year. So while I get this set up and start focusing on getting it to the wonderful announcement I put together for our chat winners, why don't y'all just put in the chat, say you're going to be picking with us again. And this way I will know my list that I have in front of me right here is up to date. Okay. Yeah, I already know about you, Trent. Alright, that's Cody, okay. And let's get to Ovatul. This screen here. Okay, and we are going to give you a reminder of what you could possibly win if you are in the top 3 this year. So here we go with that reminder. All right. That is a reminder of your prizes. So, yes, we missed you, Chance. And as always, our awards will always be the Bubba Awards. Such a freaking demanding little girl tonight.
Demon child.
Yeah.
It's been one the last couple of days.
You would. So, with that being said,
Hold on, Heather, before you reveal the winner. I think we all need to give Heather a round of applause for all the graphic work she's done this year. And the keeping up with the scores and all that.
it's been a pain. I can tell you that much. The fucking delay of game to
Yeah,
fucking
we appreciate it, Heather.
Tuesday, and then another fucking postponement in games, and then just a whole big mess.
The only good thing is we only had that happen 1 week, though.
Yeah, but
If
then
I
having
had
to change.
whiskey,
Yeah,
if
having to
I had
change the
some
schedule of
whiskey, I
the
would have
show
took
at
a
the same
shot.
time. It's just it's been horrendous on the math skills. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
But it's no problem for us because we want to be sure that everybody can be here as often as they possibly can. So, who's ready to see our chat winners?
Do it. I'm
All
ready.
right.
Oh God, I hate SpongeBob.
I do.
Now, for this, I went from third to first place, so keep that in mind. So, Cody and Trek, if you could get me your shirt sizes to me, and if everybody can get their addresses to me, we will get those items purchased and shipped out to you from Teespring as soon as we possibly can.
Cody also
For the fantasy winner as well, yes, Cody.
if you sign up on Heather's website and put your address in there.
And what is that website?
That website is marykay.com/HM Baker.
It doesn't mean you have to buy anything.
You can just register with my site.
Yep. And that puts the address in there. That way it's there and it's secure.
So, yes, Cody is our big time winner because not only did he get first place in our picking, he got second place, if I remember right, with our fantasy. Oh, third. That's right. Second place with our fantasy league.
Yeah.
So, Cody, you're the big winner in this one this year. Gonna be exciting to see who wins it next year. Now, the biggest one is how much did he win by, and how did the panel do with their winnings? Well, I had the time, and as I said, I did all the math over again for every individual in this goddamn show. And I have the chart for everybody, and boom.
Ooh.
Boom, baby! I win again!
That's right. I won.
Just remember, I am the man. Okay? That's the 3rd year in a row.
Are you back in
I
rank?
beat Rayshon.
4 year in a row, baby. 4 times.
I bet. Next year I'm
I
copying
beat Rayshon.
everything. Oh, that's right, Bobby. Oh my God. I lost to Carolina.
So yes, on the panel you see it went in actual graphical order here for the most part, with JP at 174.5, and me at 168.5, Bobbit at 165.5, and Rayshawn at 151.5. So, yes, Dan Rex, you did pretty good this year. I'm very, very happy for you. You did better than last year.
Mm.
And the chat, Cody, of course, with the 173. Then we had Trek with the 169 and Tim with 165. Followed closely behind with Dan Rex and Alpha being tied at 163. And then Ryan at 159 and NG Fresh at 148. So that's been a fantastic year for us, considering we almost hit 200 points. So yes, and again next year we will be getting everybody who's going to take part in the fantasy league all together on the Discord here, so we could all go over the rules and make sure everything is set in stone and does not get changed through the partway of the year. Whether COVID's involved or not, we just got to suck it up and deal with it. I think they should too, like an extra IR spot and faster trade routes. But
actually, some fantasy leagues actually allow the like the people, whoever runs the league itself to pull out the player if they go on COVID right before the game. Yeah.
And JP is going to do all that research before we get together for next year's fantasy league draft, which we will probably start.
Who hates fantasy in general.
Yeah, we'll stream the night of the draft, and we will. We'll probably get together for our fantasy league the last week of preseason, so this way.
Everybody can join us on Discord for that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's usually when you do a lot of drafts. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to do the rules before the
draft. I'm saying to get together to do the draft.
Yes.
Last week of the preseason,
together, right?
That's when we'll get together.
Yeah.
We'll do the draft, and then that next week we'll start when the league starts.
Yep.
So,
we'll start at week
so this
one.
way we're all even, and we can possibly extend it all the way to the very last week.
You don't want to do that.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Have our championship be at the same time as the last game of the year?
Yeah, I think we started a week later,
We started
right?
in week 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's close enough, but whatever. So with that being said, thank you, Trek, for DMing it to me, and also Cody. If you do not have access to our Discord, please let us know, and we will get you an invite link to join it. If I could talk tonight, Jesus. And with that, we'll say our good nights, and we will see you next week.
Right, guys.
For close to our final show. Yeah. Yeah, we're almost done. Once the playoffs are done, we're done. So
yeah.
So y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week. And don't forget, Marvel Roundtable happening over on the Horny Goat. Just get at 10 o'clock, so get your asses over there.
Mm-hmm.
Night.
Night.
Get your asses over there. Good night.